Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Night Spectrum here. So some players have messaged me concerning the free native tier 3s that we have in the game, but two of them in particular, because one of them, which is Sentry, you can obtain him from the epic quest, but the other two, which are Knull and Mephisto, you have to build them manually. And they're both the same cost, they're both super expensive, they're both native tier 3s, they cost a lot of CCF, a lot of tier 3 materials for their gears. So they both each cost 3,000 and around 3,100 CCF to get to 6 stars, and then around 2,000 more CCF to get them to level 70 to enhance their potential. You can also use what's it called? Titan components packs, and what's the other one called? I can't remember. I think it's Dimension Dust or something like that. So yeah, Dimension Dust, you have to use you can use that to enhance their potential and then get them to level their gears to 20. So between Knull and Mephisto, there's a lot of differences between these two. To say who's better is very difficult, but we're gonna try to tackle that question. So Knull, first of all, Knull, he's a universal villain. He has a self-leading leadership. He has a 60% attack to all symbiote allies. So this doesn't just apply to him. This applies to a lot of symbiotes in the game who are really good, like Venom, Carnage, Gwenom, Scream. This leadership applies to all of them. And then on his passive, on his tier 2 passive, he has native pierce damage. So he has native pierce, and he has 5% native pierce, and he has chain hit damage. So that's like yeah, so that when you proc on his second skill, it does a lot of damage because it is a continuous skills and the chain hit stacks. So that's why Knull and also yeah, Knull is very proc friendly to play. He works with I have an energy on him. He can work with a Novelist proc if you do not have a CTP of energy to give him. CTP of rage, it's okay on him, but I do think like CTP of energy works better. It synergizes better with him. So for his build, he has almost all important stats capped. I don't have critical rate cap because he has a frenzy buff on his I think it's his 5th skill. Yeah, has a 45% critical rate, so you do not need to cap his crit rate. Other than that, every important stat is capped, so you can see he's at almost 60,000. That's with his leadership, but it's still a lot. So now Mephisto has his leadership is more PvP, on the PvP side. So, and also it applies to villain allies. So only Dormammu can make use of his leadership, because Dormammu is the only meta character who uses fire damage, except Jean on her tier 3, but yeah. And Jean is not a villain even, she's a hero. So Mephisto's leadership is very, very reserved, very restrictive. He has a passive, he revives, and Knull has a similar passive, but for him it's not a revive. It's when his HP goes below 5%, he doesn't die for 6 seconds, his HP doesn't move, and after 6 seconds he gains 75% of his HP. So he is like unkillable for 6 seconds. That's why his passive is called Undying Evil. But Mephisto, he dies. You can one-shot him, he dies, but he revives again with 90% of his HP, which is on a 300-second cooldown. Cut that in half, it's 150. It's still a lot. And yeah, and the big difference between Knull and Mephisto is that Knull doesn't have any all defense down, but Mephisto has all defense down on his tier 3 and also on his 5th skill, I believe. On his 4th skill he has all defense down up to 50% stacked, but Knull has no all defense down. Knull has native pierce, but he has no all defense down on any of his skills. So that's why for World Boss Ultimate, Mephisto is definitely better, because Mephisto has all defense down, and all defense down is meta in World Boss Ultimate. And yeah, even for Knull can do every single world boss at a high level, except Ebony, of course, but he will take longer than Mephisto because Mephisto has all defense down. And as for World Boss Legend, we're going to take both of them into Knull. We're going to take them into Knull and then into Mephisto. So first of all, let's jump into a stage 9 Knull. We're going to use the same team for both of them. For Knull, we're going to use his own leadership and Valkyrie. Gwenom is just there as the third member. So we're going to use the same set of strikers. Let's see how this goes for the Knull run. There we go for Knull. It took about 3 minutes, I think. I didn't get a good luck. I think it took about 2 minutes and like a little bit less than 3 minutes. So now let's go right ahead with Mephisto. For Mephisto, we're gonna use Star-Lord's lead because yeah, he's a blast type, and we're gonna be bringing along the same Valkyrie as support. So yeah, let's get right into this. And also Mephisto, he already has a lot of ignore dodge on his tier 3, so you do not need to bring more ignore dodge with him. Wow, so you just destroyed that second phase there. Wow, so Mephisto is killing this right here. Not as quick as Knull, but still. We're not going to risk attacking because we might die, since we already died once and his passive has already triggered. It should be just easy one-shot here. So there we go, just short of 3 minutes clear for Mephisto. Pretty tight on the World Boss Legend runs, but they are pretty similar in World Boss Legends, even if Mephisto has a more of an advantage concerning the attacks because he's an energy-based attacker, and I have the energy attack proc from Lunar Snow. So yeah, that helps a lot as well, and we're both at 6% pierce. So now let's take them both into Mephisto stage 9 and let's see how they perform. So we're gonna be using the same team ups for both of them. So for Knull, we're gonna use his own leadership. Where is Knull? Here he is, and then we're just gonna bring along Venom. Yeah, let's use this team up here. Now for Mephisto, World Boss Legend, Mephisto himself won't be as good as Knull because he's a blast type himself. So he won't deal any increased damage to Mephisto. On the other hand, Knull will, because Knull is a universal type, and universal type generally deal more damage to other types. So we triggered his first phase here, which is cool. are. So 1 minute and 50 seconds for Knull to clear Mephisto. Now we're gonna bring our boy Mephisto in here and let's see how he performs. So a thing which is really cool about Knull is that because of his undying passive, even when you are in a position of dying, you can just keep face tanking and attacking without worrying to die. That's not the case with Mephisto, so like tankiness wise, Knull is better for me. So yeah, let's see how our boy Mephisto performs here. Wow, seriously? So there we go, Mephisto took around 3 minutes and 31 seconds, so that's yeah, that's way more than Knull. So for War Boss Legend content, it is, for me, Knull takes the cake. Knull is is Knull. It's like Knull is built for World Boss Legend. He has Pierce, he has all these crazy chain hits, you know. But Mephisto is a more balanced character. And for World Boss Ultimate, I'm gonna do a separate showcase for World Boss Ultimate. But Mephisto destroys World Boss Ultimate. Any game mode which contains all defense down, Mephisto destroys that game mode. And he's also very good for DRX. But overall, I think if you're searching for a character just for World Boss Legends, Knull is definitely better than Mephisto. And Mephisto, by the way, I'm not done with his build. I'm yet to awaken his ISO 8, and he's rocking a CTP of Judgment. And Knull has an energy. They're both pretty similar in terms of Odin's Blessing. I have a lot of Odin's Blessing. I have like 5, I think. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 on Mephisto, and I think 5 on Knull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 on Knull. So yeah, for me, if you're looking for World Boss Legend contents and squad battle and all that, Knull is better. But for World Boss Ultimate and PvP, Mephisto is definitely better.